Cooking for more than 10 hours non-stop just for Thanksgiving. Guys, join me. Let us cook everything from scratch. Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Claudie from cookingwithclaudie.com. Welcome or welcome back. To start off, this was the day before. Here, I get to fix everything, prep everything, marinate everything. The longer anything marinates, the better. I started off with my fish. Guess what? I had to cut the fish and cut it into the sizes I want. I'm just cutting like this so all the marinades get in perfectly. Go ahead and score the fish perfectly, rinse it. I told you guys I'll never ever score or gut a fish in front of you guys because I know many people do not like blood. After that, it is looking so good. For my ingredients to mash up, I have some white pepper, I have some mustard seed, peppercorn blend. You can use any peppercorns you like. Go ahead and roughly mash that up. Sprinkle some onto the fish. For my green seasoning, make sure you check it out. I have some thyme and seasoned salt, bouillon to taste. I have some cumin, some olive oil. Any cooking oil is gonna work. Go ahead, mix everything until it is well combined. You want to drizzle that all over the fish and go ahead, coat the fish until everything is well coated with that beautiful marinade. Now I'll just transfer to a pan because I want it to rest in the refrigerator overnight. For the next, I have my pork here. I'm making a typical Cameroonian style pork. Okay guys, make sure you check out my green seasoning for my previous video, or I'm gonna drop the recipe for you guys in the comment section, or sorry, in the description box, and you guys will get the recipe from there. I've told you guys every home is supposed to have a green seasoning. I just cut that up and I added in some mashed jangsa seeds. My green seasoning comes in. Jangsa is a nutty African spice. I have some black pepper, I have some seasoning powder, seasoning salt. Now I have in some thyme, some country onion. Go ahead and mix everything until it is well coated with a beautiful seasoning. The next thing I'm gonna do, transfer to another bowl, cover that, and let it rest in the refrigerator overnight. The longer it marinates, the better. To make the turkey brine, I'll add in some bay leaves into a pot, peppercorn blend, coriander seeds, mustard seed, seasoned salt. Any salt is gonna work. You need a lot of salt in there, okay, because I'm using like a 5 to 7 kg turkey. I added a little bit of sugar. Trust me, it's not gonna be sweet. You want to boil that for all the seasonings to melt in the water. Now our turkey here, just go ahead, remove that, and I'll go ahead to rinse my turkey. Transfer the brine into a pot, adding more water in there. When the water is back to like room temperature, you want to put in the turkey. They submerge the turkey until the water covers the turkey, just like this. I always like to put the breast down because the breast is the thickest part. Cover that and let it go overnight. We're gonna go to bed the next day, Thanksgiving Day. Everything that has marinated, I will start by my fish, transfer to an air fryer. I'm gonna be air frying that for about 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes each side. I just sprayed in some olive oil on it. Now let that cook for hours, stew and the rest. I have some tomatoes and bell peppers here. I will roughly chop that in a blender. For the next set, I will blend it smoothly because I'm going to make tomato stew. Now I'll transfer that to a pot. For my pork, I will transfer into a rag and let it go to my oven. The option I'm using is air fry. Normally in Cameroon, we usually deep fry, but I'm going to be air frying mine. Okay, let us check on our fish. The first batch is okay. I cooked it both sides. I flipped it halfway through cooking time. Let's put the next batch. And for my onion, which I'm going to be using throughout cooking, I just went ahead and chopped it, and I'll be slicing these just like this because it's going to go for my Cameroonian pork. Now for the rest of the ingredients, I have some leeks and some parsley, which is going to go for the stew. Here my tomatoes and bell peppers has dried off. Now to make our peppered fish in a pot, I will add in some hot oil. You want to saute some onion. Now bring in some tomato paste. Cook that until the oil floats. You want it to be just like this. That's cooked for about 5 minutes, something like that. Now bring in the bell peppers and the tomatoes which we dried off before. Then you're going to give that another good stir. You want everything to cook in perfectly. Here I have my homemade seasoning. That's the yellow and the green seasoning. Make sure you check out that video. I'm using some cayenne pepper for extra heat. If you like, you can use the fresh scotch bonnet because I did not want to use that today. Add in some black pepper, chicken bouillon powder, salt to taste, oregano, rosemary, and some fresh thyme. Now go ahead, give everything a perfect stir. I'll go ahead and add in the leeks and the parsley we chopped before. What I usually do for my peppered fish is I just go ahead, coat each one at a time. I don't put them all at once because it is bound to scatter or shred. Okay, so just put each there, coat it, then remove and transfer to a pan just like this. So our first recipe is done. Okay, see how beautiful that is looking. This sauce, I'm going to be serving it at the side on the table. Very, very delicious. Let that set aside. For our pork, it has air fried perfectly. Go ahead and chop them into bite sizes. This was so hot to handle, guys. Like cooking non-stop for I cooked almost like, let me say 10 to 12 hours non-stop. To a pot, I added my smoothly blended tomatoes and bell peppers. This is to make the tomato stew. You want to cover that and let it cook until the water dries off. This is the roughly blended tomatoes and bell peppers. Now I'll add in some cooking oil. You want to bring in some onion, give that a good stir until the oil flows. You want it to look just like this. Season with some salt and seasoning powder. Yeah, I'm making a Cameroonian Njama style. Adding some scotch bonnets and my leafy greens. Today I'm using spinach and Njama. Go ahead, give that a good stir. I know you're gonna be wondering, like, why did she put like red bell pepper? Sometimes I love cooking crazy. I know I love going extra. The bell peppers give it a good flavor, trust me, and they make it chewy. I don't usually cook it like that. I just wanted to make it like that today, and guess what? It was super delicious. Let that simmer and you set aside to serve later. Now the water has dried off a little bit. Adding cooking oil, the same method, adding some onion and let that stew off. This method is the no tomato paste stew. Okay, cover that so that it cooks up a little bit. I'll add in some bay leaves. You want to add in my all-purpose no salt seasoning. I have some salt, seasoning powder, curry powder. Now I'll bring in the leeks and the parsley we sliced from before. Our green seasoning, give that a good stir. I always tell you guys that make sure you always have green seasoning at home, because if you're someone who likes cooking like me, you're going to be needing it at all times. Now add in some chicken broth or stock. This is the one we made from our Costco rotisserie chicken. If you missed that recipe, please make sure you check it out. Give that a good stir, then let it simmer and your stew is ready to serve. So beautiful people, do not forget all recipes on here are at cookingwithcloudy.com. Now let us make our Cameroonian style pork. To a pot, you want to add in some olive oil or any cooking oil, your green seasoning, white pepper, seasoning powder, salt, country onion, black pepper, and my all-purpose Cameroonian kitchen competition spice, one of my favorite. Let that simmer for just like about a minute or two. Then bring in the air-fried pork. Go ahead, add in some onion. You can use red onions too. Red onion is the best. Give that a good stir until it is well coated with that yummy sauce. Go ahead, set that aside. Now for our turkey, it has been brining overnight. Look at that. Now to a pan, you want to add in some butter. This is our yellow seasoning. Make sure you check out that recipe. I'll drop the recipe. Some paprika, seasoning powder, seasoned salt, black pepper, my no salt all-purpose seasoning from Costco. Go ahead, give that a good stir until it's gonna be like this. This is the best marinade I use every year for my turkey. You want to pat dry the turkey to get rid of any water or moisture, then separate the skin from the turkey. That is where you're going to be putting this marinade beneath the skin, okay? Then all over the skin or all the parts of the turkey, because remember we brined it and it is well seasoned with salt. So when you brine your turkey, you don't have like nothing much to worry about. Sometimes too, when I brine it, I just go ahead and roast it like that. It still turns out very well. Let this bake for about 2 hours covered and 1 hour uncovered. Let us make a Cameroonian delicacy called Achu. I will start by boiling my cow skin already washed perfectly, and my meat, I'm using the frozen meat here. You can boil in a pressure pot like that. Season with some salt. When it has been cooked and is tender, remove that from the water because you need that stock to make your soup with. For my cocoa yams, you want to wash it perfectly. I always use a sponge because it has a lot of mud and debris. Go ahead, cut it, then transfer onto a pot. Arrange them perfectly. Now add in water and you're going to cook on medium heat until the cocoyam is tender. Sometimes we usually add like bananas, that's the green unripe bananas there, but I will not be using that today. And my meat, I will just cut that into bite sizes or chunks or the sizes I want. Like I tell you guys, these recipes are just a guide. Now to check on our turkey, make sure you're basting your turkey from time to time, okay? That's the secret to an extra juicy turkey. My kids could not wait to enjoy it. Our cocoyam has been perfectly cooked. You want to remove that peel. I'll be using a juicer, a champion juicer, to make my achu. This is how we do it in the diaspora. You can also use a food processor. I have a recipe where I use a food processor, so make sure you check that out on my YouTube channel, how to make achu. I'm like, you're gonna see that video. But likewise, I'll be dropping the recipe for you guys in the description box. All the links are gonna be down there. Very easy way to make achu. Now go ahead and mix everything until it comes uniform or well combined. You can add in water in there if it is too hard. Shape it perfectly because it's gonna be served in this bowl just like this. Our turkey has been fully cooked. I'm just basting with that beautiful water from it. See how tender and full of bone that is. This is how you're supposed to be cooking your turkey. Now let us make egusi pudding, a Cameroonian delicacy. Yeah, I have my ground melon seeds. Add in some stock or some broth, crayfish to taste, 1 egg to hold the batter together, and I have my shredded beef in there, salt, seasoning powder to taste as well. Give that a good stir until it is well combined. When you're adding your salt and seasoning powder, make sure that you're very careful because your stock already has seasoning powder and salt. To wrap this, I'll place a parchment paper on an aluminium foil, put in the egusi battered in there, wrap everything. For the pot, you want to create a barrier between the pot and the egusi wraps. Add in some water and let it start to steam. Now transfer the wraps inside, cover and let that cook for at least an hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, and keep adding water as needed. Let us make our achu soup. To a blender, I'll add in some beef stock, add in some heated palm oil, my achu spice, potash mix. In Cameroon currently kangwa. I usually make mine at home. That's mine. I make in that big bowl there. I'll just cover and preserve. Go ahead and blend until it is beautiful, just like this. The best achu soup ever. I also have this recipe on my website, cookiewithquality.com. Exact measurement and troubleshooting. Let us check on our egusi pudding. Everything cooked out so well. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I cooked for 10 hours, but I made a 12-minute video. It was hectic. I forgot to show where I was serving everything because by this time I was already tired and finished. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point. I appreciate all the love and support, and until I see you, bye for now and you take care.